Yeah, well, there's no further indication at this point that that's on Beijing's mind. And you have to remember that a lot of the videos that we've been seeing, these threats have been circulating for quite some time, including those videos of PLA troops undertaking some sort of operation to get the situation under control in Hong Kong. And I have to imagine that people, the authorities in Beijing really don't want to have to go down that route. In fact, I spoke to one analyst yesterday who said that he thought it was nothing more than bluster at this point. And to a certain extent, it was also having to show its domestic audience that it was on top of what's happening in the territories. So I think for the time being, there's not a real threat necessarily that Beijing wants to do that, particularly given the fact that the global community has also said that, look, the world is watching and any crackdown on Hong Kong would be completely unacceptable. So, even though you wouldn't necessarily want to bet on it, I don't think that Beijing wants to send in troops, and at least it wants to avoid that scenario at all costs.
Patrick, how do you think mainland China will react to what happened last night at the airport?
Well, I think it's a battle of public opinions, and you'd have to say that the protesters lost that one last night. And I think there'll be a lot of anger on the mainland, particularly over this case of a mainland reporter for the Global Times media outlet who was held for really quite some time. Of course, the reporters were mistaken into thinking that he was an undercover police agent, and he was held and tied down against a trolley for some time in a rather inhumane way. And I think the police operation, the initial police operation where you saw the riot police come in and snatch a few of the protesters away, that could well have been intended originally to try and recover that reporter that was in there who apparently required medical attention. So I think there'll be a lot of anger on the mainland about that, not that there was an awful lot of support for the protests in Hong Kong in the first place.